Happy New Year, Viper Nation. Today's January 4th, 2021. I'm Dr. Lester from Franklin Middle School, and this is an informational video for you. So the start of second semester is upon us. And so this video and this PowerPoint are going to kind of outline what you need to know for the upcoming second semester. Did you know we have a unique schedule when starting second semester? Information was sent to students and to parents at the end of first semester outlining this. So we're going to go ahead and go over it again. On January 5th, there is a schedule pickup. So on January 5th, students will be asked to come to the school to pick up their schedules and select supplies between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. So it'll be their schedule, select supplies, and their report cards. So please make the necessary time available so that your students can come by and get their schedule. Also, if you're not able to bring your student or they're unable to come, please call the school so that we can send a copy of the schedule to them in an email. January 6th, remote learning begins. So we have the schedule pickup tomorrow, and then on January 6th, we start that remote learning schedule, and that goes from the 6th all the way through January 15th, which is a Friday. Okay? So it's important to know that we will stay remote from January 6th through the 15th, and then on the 19th, which is a Tuesday, we will start that in-person learning. Tuesday seems like a weird day to start in-person learning, but the 18th is Martin Luther King Day holiday. So we're not able to, obviously, there's no school that day. Another addition to this second semester schedule, which I'm sure you've heard about, is that every Wednesday, starting this week, which is January 6th, is considered an early release day. So students will get out of school at 1:50, they'll be dismissed. And then the official school day ends at 2 o'clock. So beginning January 6th, early release will happen even from being remote. And then we'll start that in-person early release when students come back that week of the 19th. So please make the necessary arrangements for student pickup. Will there be more quarantines? As you know, COVID is still present in our community with record highs. So quarantines will happen per the county health department guidelines. We are asking that you please keep your student at home if he or she is sick or someone in the household is sick. And they could be sick with what appears like a cold, or they could be sick with what appears to have sinus headache. Whatever is happening in the home, if there's a person in the household that is sick, we are asking that student stay home. And please call the school to report your students absent, and a COVID team member will guide you on next steps and requirements in order for your student to return to school. Okay? The next one is, if your student has been exposed to someone in your immediate household and or family contact that has recently become sick or has just tested positive for COVID, you've got to call the school ASAP. Do not send your student to school. That was part of the quarantine frustration, is that we had kids whose family members were sick at home or were presumptive for COVID, or a student had spent time with grandma and then grandma became positive for COVID. All of those matter, and that creates a big, huge trickle effect here at our school. So when in doubt, keep your student at home and call the school, and somebody from our COVID team will call you back to help walk through the process. What are the guidelines? What are some next steps for you and for your student? Again, students cannot come to school sick, or if somebody in their household is sick. It's just critical in order to diminish the amount of quarantines that are happening. It really is up to you, the parent, guardian, and the student to speak up. School safety guidelines. Students are required to wear masks every day while on campus. Students will be in a cohort class with no passing periods. Students will have temperature taken upon arrival to school. Students are required to stay 6 feet apart from one another at all times. Students will be required to wash or sanitize their hands several times throughout the day. And students will have breakfast and lunch in the classroom with a set of safety precautions in place while masks are off. So we're going to continue to follow those good safety precautions and guidelines that have been recommended by the CDC and the Weld County Health Department to make sure that we are offering the safest environment during these troubling times. So again, let's just talk about that. Stay safe. Keep your school safe. Keeping our school safe is our number one priority. Make sure your student is following the recommended safety precautions outside of school. So there's been a series of things that have been recommended to have single households, to not get together with friends or family members that don't live in your immediate house, to wear masks when you go into public. All of those things that we've been reading about, learning about, and many of us have been following. We need everyone to do this in order to keep our school safe. The big question that we've had lately is, can my students still attend if isolating or in a quarantine? Absolutely, the answer is yes. So make sure the school knows that your student is in quarantine or isolation. So if you've called your child in sick because they might have a runny nose or something's happened and they can't come to school, that student can still participate and activate their classes through Schoology at home. The only thing that needs to happen is that the office needs to know so that we can make sure that all the teachers know. A lot of times students were just letting the teacher know in an email, but the office never got a phone call, and we were unaware. So it's very important that you guys follow those protocols and call the office if your student is in quarantine or isolating or just absent for the day, but can still access their classes from home. We encourage that. How do they do that? It's through that Schoology Zoom links at any time during the school year. So it's the same process as remote learning. You access your classes in the same way. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to call the school, and we'll do our best to answer those questions and guide you to the person that can answer any question that you may have. Again, that's all for this informational video. You can reach us at 970-348-3200. Have a great day, Vipers.